All right, guys, y'all gotta forgive me. I took my hair down, look like I'm a hair slick back. But anyway, that's not what I want to talk about. I have my days too. All right, but what I want to talk about is the fact that these motherfuckers done been lying about these artifacts that they finding over there in India. So let me give y'all some clarification, cause I've been having some questions about some stuff that's been going on, especially biblical. Now all this stuff is starting to surface, and all the information is coming to a I'm gonna say a head that a lot of this information was lied to. And then I had to think about something, guys. You got to pay attention to the culture that we're dealing with. And what I mean by that is the culture that we're dealing with, you got to think about it. They're backwards. They're just straight backwards, but nobody ain't caught on to that. I'm going to tell you how you know they backwards. They use words like Jewish, anti-Semitic. They don't call us by our name. They got you to think that you're from Africa. You're not Africans. You're from these lands. As a matter of fact, I'm going to prove something to you. So, something kept dawning in my spirit in regards to, something was done in my spirit in regards to the map, right? And I'm like, that map is wrong. I don't know the map is wrong, right? However, the Most High say, turn the map upside down, where it shows that there is a South America. I mean, you know where South America is, right? They talking about the South Pole. There is no South Pole. That map is actually flat. So what I did was I went online, I looked up the map, and I say, give me a flat map so I can be able to get an understanding of what the Most High was trying to tell me. So the map was flat, right? And then you see these cold, icy lands. It's all white at the bottom, right? So that's supposed to be the South Pole. Then you got the North Pole. But if you ever pay attention, we ain't never seen the North Pole. What we see is, what is that, Greenland? Or what is it? Greenland or whatever is above us. Iceland? Wherever that place is, right? But if you turn the map upside down, it's actually right side up. I'll give you another piece of information. So when they used the compass, the reason that Christopher Columbus got lost is because he had the compass upside down. So what is notice to north to you is actually south. Let me give you a better example. So Canada is not north of us. Canada is south of us. They don't teach it like this. Matter of fact, the south part of Africa is actually north. It's not south. South America is north. It's not south. However, we was taught that everything was upside down, right? And another piece of information is, the United States, for you guys that didn't know, because I be doing some research, and this particular research that I went and looked up was kind of interesting to me. Back in the day when we was coming up, I used to hear this all the time talking about there's gonna be a massive earthquake, or that is gonna separate California from the United States. That's backwards. There was a time where California was actually an island. It was not attached to the United States. However, the plates up under the earth continued to shift, which pushed the island close to America. They don't want you to know that. Why is it that they don't want you to know that? Because if they tell you the truth, then you're going to be able to decipher information for yourself. However, I want to also give you another piece of information. So what's been on my mind right now is the fact that they keep talking about we came over here on boats, right? That's why they changed. This is the thing, guys. Pay attention to the word boat and ships. They say we arrived on boats. So I went and looked up the word boats in Hebrew. Boats stand for a journey. So the Most High can take you on a boat. It doesn't have to be physical. It can be spiritual. In other words, he changed our mind. Because think about it. We were the only people that did not know who we were. But we was told that we came over here by boats. However, they changed the word to ships. Why did they do that? Because when you change a word, it's a way, it doesn't give you truth about what it actually is. So everything that basically, guys, we've been taught is a lie. The map is upside down. So when they talk about stuff, this is the East. If you notice, they always say, watch the East, watch the East. We over there watching what's going on in India. But everybody's watching what's going on in the Americas. Why is that? Because we are the only people that don't know the difference between what we was taught. Everything you was taught was by another culture. You went into captivity. I read the book of Deuteronomy, right? Well, I'm still reading the book of Deuteronomy. But when it got to Deuteronomy 28, when I tell you, y'all might want to go listen to the book of Deuteronomy 28. It's telling you. It tells you that there will be strife between male and female. So for you ladies out here that's like, why I can't get no relationship? For you dudes be out here talking about, why I can't get no relationship? Because in the book of Deuteronomy, it tells you that we will have strife between each other. We will not be able to get along until this curse is up, right? So even though we're in the process of the curse being up, it's not completely up yet, right? So what I'm telling you guys about that is that the fact that hey, what's up? So the reason I'm telling you guys about that is because we have been taught certain stuff. If you notice, the churches don't teach men how to be husbands. They don't teach the women how to be wives. They don't teach the children how to behave. Why? Because they knew that we was playing after the curses that God had put upon us. Right? They don't talk about this stuff. Why they don't talk about it? And let me tell you something, guys. Your pastors know. They know exactly, because they took an oath. They took an oath to tell you the lies, to never tell you the truth about what's really going on. And it's sad because people to this day prefer to be a part of the Catholic community, which is the churches. Because if you go do your research in the Old Testament, there was no churches. The Most High had temples, and he built his altar wherever he went. That's why he told us not to wear shoes when we was on certain ground or sacred ground. They don't say nothing about that in the New Testament. Matter of fact, the New Testament is so confusing to the point where you don't know if you coming or going. Oh, but in the Old Testament, it tells us what to eat and what not to eat. The whole dietary laws in there. Right? So for you guys that don't know who Paul is, that's in the New Testament, Paul is actually the son of Benjamin, which is the youngest son of Israel. See, they take out blatant information so you won't know who is what and what is who. Right? Just like they took out information about Israel having 13 kids. That's why the Jewish community say that they're the 13th tribe. But the 13th tribe, there is no 13th tribe, because one of his children was a girl. So she did not bear the seed. They don't talk about that. Oh, they don't talk about that. So when you go and do your research, guys, go do the research for yourself. I'm just giving you bits and pieces of information. And the reason I'm doing this is because we are waking up. Some of us waking up in a slower mindset than others, which is cool. But the part that I want you guys to understand is the word boat. The word boat was changed to ships to change the whole meaning of a situation. If you go and do your research, please, if anybody know what these boats said that they stated that we came over here on, please make me aware. But that's symbolically, because actually what you guys don't know is that the Most High made a freight that he cleared up some water so they could walk over her, so they can worship the Most High. But when we was being so disobedient to the Most High, you received this out of the book you read off of. No. But anyway, the freights. So whatever, but with the freights, they walked over her so that they could worship the Most High. And I'm listening to this guy on YouTube. And it's funny because it's a white guy. The name of his YouTube is Flat Water. And he talking about how the earth is flat. Well, in other words, he just giving me confirmation, because I kept telling people, y'all keep thinking that all the stuff that happened in that Bible happened over there in India. But they found artifacts over here about the Most High. But we was told that it happened over there. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you a prime example. You know, when it talks about Egypt, right? In the Bible, it talks about we're going back to Egypt, right? You guys looking at Egypt as a place. So what they did was they just found a place in Africa. Because just because they call that place Egypt, that's not the name of that place. Where the pyramids are. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That dry ass land, that's not Egypt. Egypt is a mindset. And what people don't understand is we went into captivity. Matter of fact, let me give you a little bit of history. All right, so when you go back to the book of Exodus, it talks about a pharaoh, which is a system. So anytime that the Bible states a pharaoh, pharaoh is considered a system. Right? So let's go back to the pharaoh. You remember when they said when Joseph died? Because remember, Joseph was king in a land. It wasn't called Egypt. They changed that information in the Bible, so that's where we're getting misconfused. But anyway, they changed the name. So what happened was we was in Canaan. Because y'all remember in the Bible when Noah cursed Ham? Why did Noah curse Ham? Yes, there is pyramids in the United States. That's what they don't tell us. They hiding information from us. They are hiding information, so that's what I'm trying to get at. But guys, remember Ham, right? You remember when Noah said, "I'm gonna curse your son Canaan"? Why did Noah curse his son Canaan? I'm gonna tell you why he cursed his son Canaan. He cursed his son Canaan because he knew that he was gonna do something to the children of Israel, and so the Most High held him accountable. So he cursed him. But what you guys don't know is that we stayed in Canaan for a certain amount of years before we went to where Joseph was. Now, how did we end up in captivity? Because they talking about we was in captivity twice. The first one was for 430 years. The second time 400. That don't make sense. Because God doesn't lie. He's a God that does not lie. When he told us that we was going to be in captivity for 400 years, we was in captivity for 400 years. So where did in the Bible where it tells us that we was in captivity for 430 years? No. We was in two separate lands. You can go back and look this information up in the book of Exodus. So when he stated that we was in Egypt for 430 years, no, we weren't. We was in the land of Canaan. And we was not enslaved. When we went to when Joseph died and the new Pharaoh, listen to what I'm saying. When Joseph died and a new Pharaoh had risen, he was afraid. He said that they're going to be more and mighty than we are. And if they're more and mightier than we are, then what's going to happen is that they're going to conquer us. So let's put them into captivity. We was in captivity in that area for like about 100 and some years. I can't remember the data, but it's about 100 and some years. What's the book name you got off of Facebook? What is you talking about, dude? Let me explain to you where I get my books from, because it seems like I keep getting these Israelite people from the boot camps, the camps y'all go to. Let me put you on some game. The books that I read is the book of Enoch, the book of Jasher. I read the Torah. I read the book of Jubilee. And there's other books out here that can be read. And don't you know that all the people in the Bible had a book? I read the book of Adam and Eve. I read the book of Adam and Eve. Did you know Adam and Eve had a book? Did you not know that Adam and Eve, when they got kicked out of the garden, they went into a mountain where the Most High sent them? When they went into that mountain, don't you know they died 70 times? They drowned. They fell out the mountain. They died all kind of ways. The Most High kept bringing them back. Go do your research. But anyway, you're taking me out what I was saying. Anyway, so what's going on over here, they not telling us the truth. So all of this information is starting to be revealed. Now that the information is being revealed. No, the books you got off of Amazon, the big book. That's the Torah. I'm not trying to argue. It's the Torah. You talking about the real big book, or you talking about the strong? The one that's changing it to it has the information of the Bible in there, but it also have it in Greek and in Hebrew. But if you go, you must be the Lord. Oh, you talking about the Black Law Book. Is that the one you talking about? I think that's the one you talking about. No, it starts with an A. The Apocrypha. The Apocrypha. I'm assuming that's the one you're talking about. So, guys, but the only thing I'm trying to do is just spread some wisdom. Because we are under attack. If you guys didn't know. Let me tell you about, I done kind of got sidetracked. But I do want to tell you guys this. Because I need you guys to go do your research. So, we was taught, about the Neanderthals, right? Remember, they was giants back in the gap. You remember when, first of all, the books of the Bible are so out of order. The first book of the Bible is not the book of Genesis. It's not. There was stuff that went on this land before us. There was some activity going on the earth before us. Because we don't know why Satan fell from heaven. We just going based on what we was told in the book. But you got the Watchers. Remember the Watchers? You got the angels. All this stuff happened before the book of Genesis did. And the reason I'm saying this is because when I was doing my research, so when I was doing my research and I was just trying to get an understanding, because I'm like, my spirit right now is talking about the Neanderthals. Where are these Neanderthals? So for you guys that don't know, the Caucasians, they were about the same height. They look like us. Because you remember, the Watchers slept with the children of the Most High, which is their daughters of the Most High, right? And they created these Nephilim. But the Nephilim never died. They don't tell you that. So I went and did some research, right? Because I'm like, how is we still dealing with evil to this day if the Most High drowned out everything? Well, what if I tell you this? What if I tell you that one of some of these Nephilim was so large? They talk about one in particular. His name is Og or something like that. He was so tall that he outlived the flood. A lot of them did not die during the flood, guys. So they making it look like they died. Because if they died during the flood, we wouldn't be going through a lot of stuff that we're going through, especially negative stuff. But anyway, go do your research on the Neanderthals. And if you don't know who the Neanderthals is, for all my black men and black women that love white people, this is nothing negative. But I just want to put you on some game. Because you don't do your research. We don't supposed to marry into other bloodlines. There's a reason for that. He don't even want us married into them. The reason for that is they're trying to keep their offspring on the earth. Long as they have melanin in their skin, they think they're not going to be destroyed. But they will. But the part that I wanted to explain to you guys is, guys, stop mixing with the seed of Satan. Who's governing us right now? The seed of Satan. Biden is the seed of Satan. What's that? Kamala is the seed of Satan. Y'all think that they didn't have no, do y'all not think that they didn't have people of color? Just like Esau. Esau and Cain. They was even, wasn't it? Didn't they have color? I'm just saying this, guys. I know I'm kind of all over the place, but I just wanted to really put this information out here. You know what I'm saying? Because at this time, we're like, guys, we're crunching for time. The Most High is on his way back. It is stuff right now that they're not talking about. The stuff that's going on between Palestine and Israel. They've been fighting forever, but they just starting to broadcast it. When I tell you them fights over there, they fighting like two Negroes on the street corner. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about Russia. They don't want to talk about Ukraine. They don't want to talk about them people trying to, when The Khazars were trying to go back to their land. And Ukraine shut their ass down. That's why they still over there in that fake ass Israel. Who said that was Israel? Who said that was Israel? That's what they told us. But remember, we're dealing with a culture that is backwards. So everything they say is backwards. Up is down, down is up. Left is right, right is left. I'll give you a prime example. The reason I know that what they're doing is incorrect, because we read from left to right, right? But we're really supposed to be reading from right to left. Go do your research. Guys, there's too many books out here for us to be sitting here. And not only that, some of the stuff that God, the Most High, gonna give you is not in the book. But He's gonna give you witnesses. He's gonna reference that information. I just wanted to put it out here, and I know it's been a long time since I did a video, guys. They shut down Instagram put me on for hate speech. And they said that I was hating speech and then I was bullying because I told them the truth about Memorial Day. So when I told the truth about Memorial Day, what they did was they said that was hate speech and bullying. But the real bullies and the real haters is the ones that's on these apps. Guys, get it together. We don't have too much more time. Literally, we don't. Go do your research. If you need books or you want to look up information, you got the Torah, you got the Apocrypha, you have the Book of Jubilee, you got the Book of Enoch. Oh, and Enoch wrote over 300 and some books, guys. They don't tell you that. The Torah has our laws in it. Guys, we have over 666 laws. So them 10 commandments that they told you about, that's what they were trying to get y'all to think. The Most High gave us laws. Matter of fact, if you go read the book of Deuteronomy, it's laws in there. You go read the book of Leviticus, it's laws in there. Then if you go read the book of, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy, Numbers, 1st and 2nd King, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Chronicles. There are laws throughout that book. But in the new, but pay attention to this, guys. People don't want to deal with certain stuff, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason that they don't want to deal with certain stuff is because they don't want to deal with the truth. A lot of these pastors don't want to tell you the truth, because if they tell you the truth, then guess what? Game is over. They lost. They gonna keep this information from you until the day they die. But just what they don't know, there is a hell. Guys, and this earth sits on 4 pillars. It's not round. They lied to us. Hell is right beneath this. They don't want to tell you that either. Oh, and guess what? I found out where the garden was. The Garden of Eden. They was telling us that it was in India. No, the hell it ain't. That place they call South America, not South America, but the South Pole or the Antarctic. They telling us that it's ice on that land. No, it's not. No, it is not. I don't even know where they get half their information from. Just like these mofos done told you that they done been on the moon, but there's a whole glass dome covering us. So how did you get on the moon? When in the Book of Jubilee, it said that the moon is an illumination. It's just a light bearer that is governed by an angel, just like the sun. So help me to understand where y'all getting this information from. It don't make sense. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. And go look up old dude. And it's funny, it's a white guy. The name of his YouTube page, and this is where I'm getting a lot of my confirmation from. The name of his YouTube page is Flat Water. And he got maps on there of the flat earth and how it really looks. It's gonna blow your mind. So all this stuff they've been teaching us is a crock of bullshit. But anyway, that's my 2 cents and peace. I'm out.